Hello everyone, welcome back to Base Damage, and welcome back to Community Fridays, and this week we have a deck from Fyrepaw in the Base Damage Discord, who decided to share some more Nikke with us. We're not out of the Nikke mines yet, guys. We still have some more to do with an 8-choice build that he decided to share with us today. This is very interesting as well, because I've seen these combos, I know what these do for the most part, and I kind of want to build something for it. The only thing I didn't like is the fact of the level 1 just isn't my cup of tea, but that's whatever. Let's go over all of the cards today. So starting off with As Long As We're Friends Nagas, a 3/2 9K. If Sugary Desserts Tia and another copy of herself are in your level, this gets -1 level while in your hand, so you can early play her, and I believe she has the same summoning condition for the Tia. At the beginning of your Encore step, if Dazzling Cupid is in your climax area, this card is in your center stage, and you have another Nikke character, choose up to 2 cards in your waiting room, return them to your deck, and shuffle your deck. Notice that says any 2 cards. Yes, you could send back climaxes, and that's just insane to me. That is the obvious thing that you're going to want to do. You're not going to want to decompress yourself by sending back other cards, instead of climaxes, but that's just really funny to me. So as long as you're able to, get multiples of these on the field for the Dazzling Cupid combo, you can just potentially just keep yourself alive forever. Obviously, RNG, Weiss Schwarz happens. Let's be real. But I just really like this being able to go, yeah, I'm going to send back 2 climaxes for each copy of this on the field, which is hilarious to me. Oh, look, I have 4 in there. I have 2 copies of Naga on the field. Send back 4 climaxes. That's kind of dumb if you really think about it. So I love it. So moving on, 4 copies of Sugary Desserts Tia. And this is really funny as well. Yeah, just making certain that your Nagas live. This is just a really funny card. So 3/2 9K. If the Sugary Desserts copy of herself and the other Naga are in your level, she gets -11 hand, so you can early play her as well. If this card is in your center stage, all of your Nikke characters get 1500 power. And at the beginning of your Encore step, if Dazzling Cupid is in your climax area and this card is in your center stage, this gets 4500 power and the following abilities until the end of your opponent's next turn. 1, she gets hexproof. She can't be chosen by your opponent's effects. And 2, she gets great performance. Basically, for those who don't know how great performance works, because it just says the name of the trait, it's like one of the few things. Think of how Magic the Gathering has First Strike, Death Touch, and all that stuff. It's an understood keyword ability. So great performance is, as long as she is not reversed and in the middle center of the stage, your opponent has to frontal her. They are forced to attack her no matter where their other characters are, and they have to be frontal attacks. It's just really crazy like that. So basically getting that big and making certain that, one, her 1500 power buff is buffing herself. And then on top of that, the 45 and just the hexproof, just everything. So getting that big means, your other Nagas that are on the field are not going to get hit. So really cool there. All right, so moving on. This is from the trial deck. Next we have 2 copies of Warhead Volley Rappy. It's a 3/2 10K. This is from the trial deck. When this is placed on stage from your hand, you can discard a card. If you do, put the top card of your clock into your stock. So it pays, for part of her own stock. Very nice. When this attacks, if no caller ID is in your climax area, you can pay 2, pitch 1. If you do, deal 1 damage to your opponent 2 times, and this gets 1000 power till end of turn. So a very nice little off finisher that you could use to try to close out a game if you absolutely need it. 1 copy of Firepower Rules Neon. This is also from the trial deck, 3/2 10K. On attack, put the top card of your deck into your waiting room. If that card is a Nikke character, deal X damage to your opponent equal to that card's level. So if you do mill level 0, it does nothing, but if you mill a level 2 or level 3, burn for that much. Really nice. When this attacks, pay 1, pitch 1. If you do, this gets 2500 power and +1 soul until the end of your opponent's next turn. So gets big buff, and does it do for all, or is it just her? It's just her. I was thinking we had the one Asana that does it for everybody, but it's not that. All right, so Helm Aquamarine is a 1/1 3K. Place on stage from hand if you have 4 or more other Nikke characters. Choose a Nikke and waiting room put into your stock. Okay, so it pays for itself. Very nice. We have, when this is placed on stage from hand, you can pitch a climax with a choice trigger to salvage back a climax with a choice trigger. So this is your climax stopper. Are you still running the other? Okay, so you're not running. I know there's a level 0. I think it's Freema that's the normal climax swapper. So this is what he chose to be his climax swapper, which is understandable. So, but I guess it makes sense because it's paying for itself. Because as long as you do it last, it's paying for itself. It's not really doing anything else. So then you just like swing with it. Okay. Understandable. And it in an 8-choice build, this has a choice trigger, or this has a soul trigger, so you could grab your climax swapper with your choice triggers. Okay, that actually puts it into perspective and is very nice. Pierce Shot Maxwell. It's a 106k. You can't play events or backup from hand, but it doesn't look like Homeboy's running any at all. So hey, you know, what drawbacks, right? When this is put into your waiting room from the stage, look at up to 4 cards from the top of your deck, choose a yellow climax amongst them, add it to your hand, put the rest in your waiting room, and if you put a card into your hand, discard 1 card as well. So digs for climaxes as well, really, which I guess makes much more sense for this because you're going to be trying to send, like once you get the ones to play and you get your Naga combo to go off, you're going to be sending them back. So it's not like you're really wasting stuff. Okay, I like that. All right, so 4 copies of the other climax combo. I don't like mind this, but it's just so weak, like defensively. I just didn't care for it. It's just me. 1035 Honest Sparkling Summer. Very, very nice. So this does a couple things, and if you're fighting blue characters, holy balls, this gets huge. During your turn, if you have another Nikke, she gains 3k. So she'll be a 65, like during your turn. With her climax combo, she'll be 75. But we're not done. During your turn, if the character facing this card is blue, this gets 4k extra power. Holy crap, Batman. You go from a 75 to an 11... Hold on, 4k? Yeah, 11.5. Had to make certain to do with math right. Barring any other buffing effects. Just, she is not playing around. If you're blue, she is apparently racist. I don't know. Oh, wait. The climax combo. At the beginning of your encore step, if See You Again is in your climax area and this card is in your center stage, you have 2 or more other Nikke characters, and there is no character facing this card or the character is reversed. Search your deck for a Nikke, add it to hand. It's still a good climax combo and everything. I just didn't care for the overall card. That's just me. Although I should care. Very nice art, to be completely honest. So, next, moving on, is Crazy Jackal. 103k. During your turn, if all of your cards are Nikke, this gets 4k, and this is the Brainstormer of the deck, apparently. Unless there's another Brainstormer, but we'll see. Pay 1, rest 2 of your characters, mill 5. For each climax, search your deck for a Nikke. Which, once again, you're like... You don't care if you're, like, milling a whole bunch of climaxes and stuff, because the Naga is just going to toss them back, hopefully. Okay, so you're doing this combo. 4 copies of the Vanilla Noir from the trial deck, but it's going to work with the Blanc over here in a little bit. So 4 copies of that. 4 copies of Lizard's Protection Tia, 0025. She can't side, but when this card is put into your waiting room from the stage, you can discard a card. If you do, look at up to 4 cards from the top of your deck, choose a Nikke character amongst them, reveal it to your opponent, add it in your hand, put the rest into your waiting room. Those buttons are holding back, you know, just, damn. Anyway. 2 copies of Mika Snowbody. I don't remember this card at all. 0015. During your turn, if all of your characters are Nikke, this gets 2k power, so it should be a 35. At the beginning of your opponent's attack phase, if this card is in your center stage, you can accelerate to put the top card of your deck into your clock. If you do, choose one of your other characters, and that character gets the following ability till end of turn. When this card is frontal attached, you may return this card to your hand. Oh, so would you just do that for, like, the Honest level 1? Huh, okay, I like. All right, so 2 copies of Coin Rush's Poster Girl Blanc. So she has a bond with the Vanilla Noir, but also when this is placed on stage from hand, you can put a copy of that Vanilla Noir underneath her as a marker. If you do, search your deck for a Nikke character and add it to hand. Drop Searcher without having to pay cost or anything of that nature. Moving on to the next level 0, we have 4 copies of Cased Closed Novel. We're going to go with novel. 001k. All of your other Nikke characters get 500 power. Very nice. And the level fixer of the deck. I very much like this because this way you can ensure that you get the experience for your massive, crazy level 3 combo. an act. Rest this card, choose one card in your level and one Nikke character waiting room, and exchange them. So you can specifically get these 2 cards into your level and then go from there. So, understandable. 4 copies of that guaranteed. I like that. 2 copies of Remember Me Delta. 0015, when this is placed on stage from hand, look at 2 cards from the top of your deck. Put them on top of your deck in any order. So having that knowledge is always very, very useful. When this is placed on stage from hand, you can pay 1, pitch 1. If you do, choose a Nikke character in your waiting room, return it to your hand, and choose one of your other Nikke characters, and it gets 1,000 power till end of turn. So you could also buff the Honest to make her a little bit bigger. Understandable. So very nice there, and 2 copies of that. So we do have a little bit of a split here. So we have 1 copy of the No Caller ID, which is the level 3 Roppy from the trial deck, her combo. 3 copies of See You Again, which is for the level 1 Honest. Usually this would be kind of swapped, and I'll explain in a second here. And then 4 copies of Dazzling Cupid for the No R and Blanc combo. This is interesting because typically for like the level 1 combo, you would put like 4 copies of, but he's really, really banking on this particular engine just to keep him alive. So I say engine, but this particular combo just to keep him alive and everything. So I can understand wanting to put 4 copies of this, but for your typical like kind of split climax combo setups, people will typically put 4 of the engine climax in there, and then like say there would be 3 of Dazzling Cupid here and 1 of Caller ID here. But Homeboy did the opposite, but hey, if it's working out for him, and from what I remember reading in the Discord, he said, what was it? When he posted this at the end of April, he said, got 2nd at locals this past weekend with the Nikke deck, had a great time and had some great matches. Really big fan of the Tia Naga combo. So no other comments for that one, but I just did want to state that because, hey, he enjoys it. So, and that's the big thing, is having fun, and we respect him. So thank you very much, Fyrepaw, for sharing this for Community Fridays. I do very much thank you. And thank y'all as well for watching. That is going to be it for us today. If you want to share your own decks for Nikke or any other set, feel free to share them for the Community Friday post and everything. Feel free to join the Discord. There will be a link in the description. Once you're in the Discord, you can share it under either the decklist submissions or under the Community Fridays channel. Either one is totally fine. I'll grab it from either. Doesn't matter. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, all the cringy YouTuber shenanigans, and we will see you on the flip side. Stay based.